I had been clearing my decks in preparation for another reading, and this message fell out that I felt was meant to be shared collectively. The first thing, the first cards that came out was this set here, and the first thing that I saw was a reminder that we have been steadily, gradually, perpetually working on building something, building our new life, setting the groundwork for the things that we've been dreaming of. It's been a long process. It's required a lot of dedication. It's required a lot of pushing through things. And this will not be in vain. This is what is going to bring forth an offer, an opportunity, the perfect environment in which we can receive a full cup. We can feel that our cup is being poured into finally, after all of this work and all of this slogging and what feels like an element of drudgery. Feels like this work, this dedication had an element of like cyclical revisiting, where you would feel like you were making progress and you were nearly ready to receive the harvest, and then a setback or some change would occur where you felt like you had to start almost at the beginning, or at least several steps back from where you felt you had been getting. And this has probably been going on for quite a while. It's likely been a journey of several years. Several years journey is the way they want me to word it specifically. And so as we shift from this energy of doing, of continuously working on this like slow growth, this slow building, we need to be conscious of setting our energy back into a state of receiving, so that we will be able and willing to accept this cup, to embrace this energy of receiving, of being poured into. And part of that is embracing and connecting with our inner authority, our ability to be sovereign over our thoughts, our inner experiences, our emotions. And in a lot of cases, this could be connecting more deeply or reconnecting with our belief, our faith in self, faith in our ability to manifest and co-create. Because those processes, the processes of creation, of manifestation, of working with the universe to change your environment, to change your experience, they do require work. But once the work is done, once the energy from your end has been put in, once the intention has been set clearly, there's also a period, an element of waiting and allowing yourself to receive, preparing yourself to receive. And sometimes this requires making space. And I think here with this grouping, what we're being shown or reminded is that you have solidified this dream internally. You have chosen what and inspired and passionate life experience success looks like to you. And right now it comes down to a matter of believing that you have achieved, that you have successfully completed the work that has been asked of you, that you have been dedicated enough to be worthy, to be aligned with receiving, and that it is not delusional or selfish or misguided or unspiritual even to believe that you are meant to succeed, that you are meant to have power and sovereignty over your own experience, over your own being, that it is not selfish, wrong, or unspiritual to be dedicated to yourself, to your experience, to your well-being above all else. Doing no harm, of course, but your energy, your experience, your sovereignty, your authority over yourself, over your energies, over your state of mind, over all of the elements within your physical life that affect all of these internal things. Those are important. Those are important. Those are important for you to embrace and recognize as being within your authority. And as being, in a sense, your responsibility. You choose what energies you engage with, and in that way you choose what energies you take on, what energies you entertain, what energies you're willing to have influence your internal reality. Now, shifting back over here, in this state of believing, remembering, accepting, preparing for success, preparing to receive, there are these external processes that are going on during this period. And it's very much a releasing of things and a rebalancing. And while this is happening or manifesting within your external life, I get the sense that it is sort of a more passive energy than you would typically expect when it comes to especially pentacles in an upright position. But it's because there's so many transitional energies taking place. And it has created a space of waiting while alignment takes place, because you have used prior transits, prior energies, prior nudges to get yourself, your internal world, into the space it needs to be. But the external world sometimes takes longer, sometimes takes more nudging, especially given that everybody else that could be influencing many things have their own free will, have their own desires and choices that could be shaping aspects that you don't see. And ultimately the speed at which certain things can come into reality. But also, it's important to remember that longer just means longer perhaps than they had opportunity to, but that doesn't really mean that it's late, that what is coming is late, or that what they are ultimately doing is being done late. It's more an energy of being given opportunities so that they can be learned from, so that once the opportunity is then later embraced, they can see where they were given choices and did not choose. And in so seeing, they will be learning. But back to the collective energy that we are focusing on here in this reading. I see these two, which were the last two of the upright cards that I laid out. They are strong and powerful reminders as major arcana cards that even though energies may feel hard, sticky, disappointing even, or like a lot of energy, especially emotional energy, is being drawn out from us lately, it's all very purposeful. It's all so that we can fully embrace this energy of receiving, this state of feminine energies, of the divine feminine being in its power. And the core of the divine feminine is like this lush abundance as a result of receptivity, as a result of trust in the earth and its abundance, in the universe and its ability and willingness to provide, and really deeply a trust in worthiness, a trust that you do not have to doubt that you are divine, that you are worthy and destined to receive the riches of this world, however you may perceive those to be. And this state is ultimately what brings forth a new dawn for humanity on a larger scale, but also on a more macro scale within our own personal stories. Now, I actually have a couple other cards that came out that I hadn't flipped yet, largely because I wasn't sure that they were going to fit here. And I also didn't want to get too distracted and mired up in too many cards when I was trying to do this reading. So a third ace we're seeing. Actually, you know what? I think you ultimately belong over here. So once again, this is a reflection of internal aspects of what we're experiencing, internal aspects of what we are currently processing. I think that's very much what this collection of cards over here is reflecting, of the things that are currently processing in like the very recent past and the very near future, as well as the present state of things. And the core of this is processing, grasping, claiming, reclaiming inner truths, core truths that are essential to our being, to our story, to why we incarnated here in this reality at this time. And for those of us who resonate with this collective reading, that truth is very much tied to all of the shifts and changes that are taking place for humanity and within humanity at this time. It's very much about the connectivity and a reminder that we are all processing, that we are all going through these shifts and changes in our own ways, but as part of the larger collective, as part of the greater humanity as a part of the greater universe, because there is so much being played out here on Earth that is affecting and paramount to the broader energies that need to be played out, healed, transformed within multiple connecting realities. And perhaps that can feel like a heavy burden and a hard thing to carry, a hard thing to find balance within recognizing. But the core of it is internal realities reflect the wider whole over and over again on so many different scales and scopes. And we are not meant to necessarily focus on ensuring that we are creating the wider version of this success, this achieving, this dream. It's the personal, the internal that we are meant to be focusing on, because in receiving, in believing, in accepting, in jumping into new possibilities, we are affecting everything more broadly, whether that's inspiring those within the physical realms of our experience, or simply helping to shift the collective energies so that more of us may be inspired to embrace these new opportunities and these new possibilities. I think that's where I'm going to leave it. Thank you so much for watching and being here on this journey. I wish you all the best and hope you give yourself grace as you move through these energies.